Good morning, Holotable Heroes, and welcome back to another Galaxy of Heroes video with me, your bald-headed boy, Scribble. It is Friday, we've made it to the weekend, and yes, I'm energetic because I've had my cup of coffee in the morning. Let's get galactically challenged. Okay then, we find ourselves on the forest planet of Kashyyyk. We're facing off against Caloran Beck and his Jedi compatriots. The global modifier is a just retaliation. Whenever your unit takes damage, they're gaining 20% stacking critical damage until they crit, and whenever a unit is debuffed, they're also going to recover 10% protection. Whenever a unit is defeated, another random ally is going to take a bonus turn. Now, this is weird because it has a strange interaction between Caloran Beck and Night Sisters, because the benefits are to Night Sisters, with him constantly recovering protection, and you constantly taking bonus turns and recovering, and then you get into this infinite loop of fun and magic. It's great. Speaking of magic, there is limitless magic, a benefit for our Night Sisters. Whenever an ally is revived, all of the Night Sister allies are going to gain a stack of Ichor, which cannot be copied, dispelled, or prevented. This will disappear if your unit is defeated and then revived, so you have to try and keep certain units alive. Basically, each stack of Ichor gives you 5% max health, max protection, offense, and speed. This is the key to winning the battle if you do not have the newest units. Now, the enemy has Steadfast Retribution, which is incredibly frustrating, but it's also a little bit of a benefit to us. Essentially, whenever we deal damage to them, it's going to be reflected back onto us. Normally, I hate this modifier, but for our Night Sisters, it's actually quite useful. What are the feats then? We need a full team of Night Sisters to win. We also need to win the battle after hitting 30 or more critical hits, and we need to attempt to inflict stun 30 times. Remember, this is attempt to inflict stun. You don't actually need to land it, but nonetheless, it's very easy with an old school Night Sister team. Let's check it out then. Alright, so I'm going to be taking in one of our old school Night Sister team. It is featuring Merrin. Yes, she's Relic 9. No, that's not necessary. Using a standard like Relic 1 Merrin will probably work. Even a Gear 12 Merrin will work. She's very, very useful. The key is really Asajj. We're having Dakar and Zombie. You also do want to have that set up just to make sure you've always got somebody hitting that zombie and getting those revives going and ramping Asajj's offense. That is the key to it. It actually ramps the entire team's offense apart from one of the units that we're hoping to have dead. Let's go into it then. Alright, so the start of battle, all we really want to do is get rid of Anakin. Anakin is a source of AoE damage that we want none of. You can see they've already killed Zombie twice, and what that's done is given us 2 stacks of Ichor, which is very, very useful, because that in itself is going to be ramping our stats. So you want to try and go all in on Anakin, keep him stunned, keep him dead, keep him secret, keep him safe. All these things are good. After that, we're just going to be looking to spam a couple of specials, spread a little bit of that damage. We're going to strip off the taunt from Knoblobs over there. It doesn't matter if they kill some of your units, that's absolutely fine. Let's take a look now. Take a look, take a look, take a look. I don't actually want to get GK to taunt just yet, so let's see if we can stun him. Ooh, we could... Yeah, let's actually just start spreading some of that Plague over here. It's not going to... Plague is going to do nothing to Caloran Beck, by the way, in the interim. You do not want to do AoEs when Caloran Beck is going to counter if he can hit Asajj, okay? So, because of the foresight, he wasn't going to do that. We'll get the tenacity down, force that zombie to start taunting again. You can see Anakin has nearly died thanks to all of the Plague, which is just what we want to have happen. Okay, so let's get some stuns out, absolutely. You will not have to worry about getting stuns in this particular encounter, guys, because we are going to be getting a whole boatload of stuns regardless. Alrighty, okay, let's cleanse that off GK. Now, what we want to have happen, once we've gotten rid of Anakin, we enter phase 2 of the plan, okay? Phase 2 of the plan is we want to lose a Night Sister ally. I don't care who it is, so long as it's not Asajj, okay? It cannot be Asajj, so let's make sure that when we attack, we're not hitting Caloran Beck. Absolutely. Let's see if we can get Caloran Beck to defeat... Well, we need to lose Zombie first. Okay, so let's just get rid of the foresight. Once Zombie is gone, now this is where the clutch comes in, okay? Do not use the mass assist because we don't want to stun Caloran Beck here. We can stun other people, though. Stunning other people is absolutely fine. Yep. I don't want to lose Asajj, though. Asajj is kind of key. There we go. Let's see if we can get Caloran Beck to defeat Mother Talzin in a second here. Let's see. We will attack Caloran Beck right now because we either want him to defeat Zombie or defeat someone like Mother Talzin here. So this is the key. Do not try and stun anybody else. Try to not taunt with Zombie, so use the special if you can. Actually, I should have just used it there. That's okay. We can just basic here. We want the units to die, remember. Try and kill my Mother Talzin, please. Yeah, let's just do a basic here. Good. Once one unit is dead. Okay, great. Once one unit is dead, we just need to now defeat all the enemies without reviving a unit. Okay, so we can't kill a unit on a basic in an ideal world. because we don't want to revive Mother Talzin over here, or Old Daka. That's all very well and good. So I'll do the basic there. Yeah. Let's do a mass assist here. Hopefully defeat Snips. Actually, how many stacks have they got? 6 stacks of Plague. That's probably not enough. So don't do the revive from Merrin. Over here, we have got Taunt on you. So let's do that. Wonderful. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Spread that Plague. Okay, grand. I'm pretty confident at this point that we're not going to kill a unit with a basic. So we'll go auto basic here against Keller and Beck. And we just have to wait for the enemy to take turns and die to that Plague. Now, what this is going to do is we should get a place where we're going to basically stun lock Keller and Beck, which is great. The enemies are going to die, and you'll see that our stacks of Ikel, or Ikel, is going to be ramping on our units. We're constantly going to, or every other basic, we're going to be reviving Daka, because that's tenacity down on the enemy. He's going to get stunned constantly, so we're going to get our stuns no matter what. He's getting Ramping Plague, which does nothing, but the important part is that our other Night Sister allies are gaining stacks of Ichor every other turn, every other basic, and that's going to be increasing their offense and increasing their offense and increasing their offense. So at this point, guys, go make yourself a nice cup of tea. Yeah, sit back, relax, read a book, check the morning news, maybe. Maybe don't check the morning news. That can be a little bit depressing. Let's not forget that. And just have a jolly good time with it. You'll see Keller and Beck over here is looking a little bit peaky. He's had his revive there. He's got a built-in savior mechanic. The first time he is defeated, essentially, he will just recover all his health and protection. But he's perma-stun blocked. He's perma-stun blocked. So it doesn't have to be Daka that dies. It can either be Mother Talzin, Merrin, or Daka. Any one of them is fine. You just want to get it down to just Keller and Beck with one of your units dead, and then go into auto basic. It's a tale as old as time when it comes to Night Sisters. And you will eventually just ramp up enough damage to eventually chew through him. The problem is, of course, that when we're doing debuffs on him, he's recovering 10% protection. That 10% protection turns out to be quite a lot, but not as much as infinite ramping offense. Okay, not as much as infinite ramping offense. Okay, fantastic. That is full team of Night Sisters. Now, if you do have the new Night Sisters, it's going to be a whole lot easier. If you just throw in someone like Night Trooper or Death Trooper Peridia, oh, great mothers, and just get rid of his protection. Yeah, you won't have to worry about it. You might not get the stuns, though. Another way of getting the stuns, then, is Palpatine with Darth Vader, Mara Jade, and I'm using Sith Empire Trooper as a pre-taunt. So stage 1 is kind of the stun/control phase, if you know what I mean. Let's go ahead, see if we can stun Keller and Beck. Wonderful. Stunning Keller and Beck is useful because he's constantly counter-attacking, and that's really frustrating. After that, we just want to try and get the stuns out with our boy Palpatine. Stuns with Palpatine is a good time. We could go to Merciless Massacre with Vader. We can just drop a couple of hits on people. Now, you will notice that we're not really ramping any damage here, and that is by design. We're just here to try and get those stuns, get that turn meter going. Absolutely take advantage of the cooldown increase from our boy Nihilus over here. He's going to be our kill mechanic, as it were. Our kill mechanic. Okay, we've got Shock over there on General Kenobi, so let's try to make sure that we deal with Anakin first. He is the big threat, as it were. Has everybody got Shock on them right now? I hope so. Let's see if we can get a stun over here on Snips. Wonderful. And then throw out the AoE bomb for all of that shock. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, I really should have used the stun there. Okay, so let's go back in, use the stuns. You want to try and do this, obviously. There are 5 enemy teams, so you need to use that AoE stun about 6 times. Obviously, Mara Jade can also stun as well, so that kind of makes it a little bit easier. Okay, I'm not going to use the AoE cooldown increase here. Let's get the extra stuns going. Wonderful. Throw out the bombs for the extra shocks. Now, obviously, you have to be very careful that you don't trigger Anakin or anything like that. Not going to go into Merciless now. Let's just get rid of that. Oh, here we go. AoE shocks. That's more instances of stunning happening across the board. Exactly what we want. Shocks is General Kenobi shocked still? He's not at the moment, so let's just keep on working on him. Now, we can do an insta-yeet here, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it because I'm not confident that we've got all the stuns that we need to have. Okay, so I'll do this over here. We'll probably lose Anakin now. Yeah, there goes Anakin. We'll throw out the shocks once again. Booyah. And we need to build ourselves back up to another AoE shock from Palpatine. Make sure you don't do the heal or anything. Look at everybody looking all so peaky. If you use the AoE heal from Palpatine, you'll just kill all your allies. Don't do that. Don't do that at all, guys. Just make sure that the shocks are being spread over here. Just a basic. We're just looking to control the enemy as much as possible. Basics over here. Yeah, absolutely get rid of that. if we can throw this down now and make sure nobody takes turns thanks to all of the staggers, although it seems like they resisted the staggers even though they had tenacity down because they're very, very rude. So yeah, once you've done the stuns and the shocks a couple of times, when you're ready to start yeeting people out of existence, just go into not Merciless Massacre, go into Nihilus and start annihilating folks left and right. It's the easiest way of getting it done, because obviously the enemy is just going to stay alive otherwise, because of all of the debuffs that we're doing are just going to be healing them up, healing all their protection, which is never a good time. So it shouldn't take you too long. If you want, you can probably swap out Sith Empire Trooper for someone like Royal Guard. Royal Guard can stun on a basic as well, provided I think the enemy needs to have over 50% health or turn meter or something like that. Can't remember. I don't know kits, guys, but looks like we're starting to deal a decent amount of damage over here to Keller and Beck anyway. Could probably put this on full auto at this point and just have some fun with it. Full auto and fun is the way. Although Vader getting people out of their debuffs is never ideal. Just throwing it out. Oh, Palpatine. I love Palpatine. Palpatine out here sabotaging my friends. I won't put it on full auto because Palpatine is hell-bent on trying to make sure that he has no allies. He does not like friends. They are not his idea of a good time. So let's leave it down to Nihilus to just get rid of Keller and Beck. See you, Beck. No, don't go auto. Gosh, Palpatine, you're on a mission. You're on a mission, and it's not a good one. It's not a good one. I'm like, you know, I'm automatically going on auto. That'll get you crits and your stuns. Just don't let Palpatine do his thing. He's a bit of a menace. If you've got JML, you've got a pretty decent stunning team over here. JML with Luke, Shakti, Hermit Yoda, and Ayla. Ayla is able to stun whenever she crits, guys, so that's kind of useful. So when you call her in, for example, if she lands a crit, she will attempt to stun. You'll need the attempt to stun, don't forget. Apart from that, we've got Jedi Knight Luke over here. AoE stuns, that is going to be 5 guaranteed stuns no matter what. We'll then go ahead and place our Master's Training, I think, on JML, just to give him that little bit of extra defense. Now that they've got Vulnerable, every hit is a guaranteed crit. I recommend getting Daze on Keller and Beck and just call in Ayla. She will get those stuns. Every chance you get now, you want to be calling in Ayla, unless the enemy has got crit hit immunity. We don't want none of that. Just always call in Ayla to a unit that you can crit. Even if they resist, doesn't matter. You just need the attempt to stun. That's all you need. So we can see over there that Anakin does not have crit hit immunity, so let's just do a basic. Even, like I said, even if it doesn't work, we still need to do that. You try not to kill GK. Having the buff immunity on him is absolutely amazing, of course. So let's keep on going after Anakin. Want to get rid of Anakin just because he's got that nasty AoE. After that, you're pretty much home sailing. Home sailing. Try and get those stuns on Beck at all opportunities. Just call in Ayla. All the time calling in Ayla. And once you've hit that ultimate, don't forget that you can reset the cooldowns on Jedi Knight Luke as well. Let's see. Let's get rid of you. So I want to try now and just get round to ultimate just so I can reset the cooldowns on Jedi Knight Luke. He's then going to be able to do a nice AoE stun just like that. Isn't that wonderful? AoE stuns for days. Let's just make sure we get rid of that crit hit immunity. And just call in Ayla. Wonderful. Like I said, calling in Ayla, always get guaranteeing those stuns. Basic over there with Vulnerable, that means there's a guaranteed chance of stunning. Guaranteed chance of stunning. Wonderful. Heal it up. And now we just play the control game. Obviously, Keller and Beck cannot counterattack against calls to assist. So you don't have to worry about him counterattacking you to death here. Wonderful. Wonderful. Put that daze on him. There's the stuns. And like I said, just call in Ayla. Call in Ayla and 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 call in Ayla. And then we got Jedi Knight Luke. He's also got stuns available to him. You could try and throw in someone like Bastila Shan for additional sources of stunning on her second special, but I think Ayla should be more than enough for us to keep this control nice and happy. Nice and happy. As you can see, you can drag this battle out quite a time. Quite a time. And I'm sure we'll be able to just finish it on full auto at this point. There we go. Job's a good one. Job is a good one. And that's gonna about do it for today's episode of Galactically Challenged with me, your bald-headed boy Scribble. I hope you had a nice morning. I hope you're looking forward to the weekend. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Huge shout out to my wonderful patrons. You guys are the bomb. Thank you so much for your continued support. I'll see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.